need a man. A strong man with bulging muscles and a thick accent.
Hey Looper, wanna do a review with me?
1 out of 3 isn't bad. Hey everyone,
Welcome to Bad Movie Beatdown
presents. Mathew, what do you want to review?
Well, I know you like So Bad It's Good movies, and I have just the thing. Hercules, New York.
Wow, Arnold Schwarzenegger, how can this not be awesome?
Exactly, Looper. Exactly. Hercules in New York is a 1969 comedy marking the screen debut of one Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wait, 1969? How old is he?
Well, it's easy to forget, but at the time of this video, he's 63.
Wow, I hope I look that good when I'm 60 or so.
That's nothing. Sly's a year older.
Wow, I feel young.
Tell me about it. At this point in his career, Arnold was mostly known for his bodybuilding, although he had yet to obtain Mr. Olympia, which he did 7 times after this film. He was offered a role in Hercules in New York, which he got because his agent lied about him having stage experience, which bodybuilding is technically not. Oh, and he neglected to mention that Arnold had a thick Austrian accent.
So, basically he has the acting ability of a muscle-bound Tommy Wiseau?
Yep.
I think I'm going to like this movie.
For the original releases of the film, they dubbed over his accent, but many of the current versions restore his voice. Like all celebrity embarrassments, it was dug up again when he became famous after Conan the Barbarian, and has been the source of much ridicule ever since.
We originally filmed this review before the recent news about Arnold's private life, but yes, we are aware that Arnold is playing Zeus's illegitimate child.
Zeus couldn't keep it in his pants, so he made bags and bags of heroes.
Now, the greatest of them all was Hercules.
And we found his ass!
So let's review Hercules in New York.
So our film begins, where else but Mount Olympus? Wait, hang on, why does Olympus have brick walls?
Because clearly they shot this in a park. They were lucky they didn't get the swing sets in shot. We move to the opening credits.
Hang on, who the hell is Arnold Strong?
Well, it's because they figured his name was too big for a marquee, until they realised his name was the marquee. By the way, get used to that music, because it's the only bit you're getting.
I feel like I'm watching my big fat Greek wedding.
Okay folks, slow motion, normal speed! Hercules is having a bit of a fit because he's bored, which makes Zeus angry at his insolence.
That Hercules and Zeus, they're so wacky, they make their own fun.
I will not be bearded to my face by this insolent young whelp. He's only a demigod.
My mother may have been a model, but you, Zeus, my father, are gods.
God, his accent is like swimming in treacle.
Why does Zeus look like a goat? I feel like he's gonna start doing an SNL sketch. Zeus decides he's had enough of Hercules' shit and sends him to Earth via shoddy effects.
Isn't that exactly what he wanted? I'm gonna punish you, boy, by giving you exactly what you want. How about them apples?
What the fuck is Arnold's expression as he flies past the window? Oh, hi!
I just saw a man.
Yes, my dear, that's not unusual. There are men on this airplane.
No, outside.
Outside?
Yes, he just passed my window.
Okay, cut guys, this isn't as hysterical as you think it is.
And he was practically naked.
I'm pretty sure that's not how that works, unless you just had a heart attack, which is equally possible. Up in Mount Olympus, Zeus watches through a crystal ball. It's the best fishbowl the props department could find.
He's in the sea now. He will drown!
Save him, great Zeus!
It will take more than Neptune or any of his creatures to overcome a son of Zeus.
Good thing they told us about that ocean thing. That would have been a bitch to see. Zeus decides to show mercy and have a ship rescue Herc.
What's your name?
Hercules.
You're addressing the captain of the ship. Now you say so to me.
No man is superior to Hercules.
Arnold, just so you know, the name Hercules does not have a K in it.
He's the most German-sounding Greek I've ever heard.
Well, you see, all foreign accents sound the same. This accent is not actually British, it's Ukrainian. Of course, being an arrogant dick, Hercules gets into a fight on the boat. That's right, this is Arnold's first action scene, and he shows his raw talent of throwing people and lightly punching people with the same sound effect.
Well, he refused to work, sir. And when I tried to persuade him,
He's a foreigner. Perhaps he didn't understand you.
I understood him. He's most disagreeable and he has irritated me.
Wow, Arnold, your English is impeccable. You could almost pronounce disagreeable. The ship pulls into New York, and already Hercules pisses enough people off to start another fight scene. Woody Allen is watching, I guess.
Careful! He's got a plank of wood!
I'm betting on the guy in the peach shirt. He looks like he could take down Arnold.
Oh, look, it's the Iron Sheik!
Fuck you, piece of shit!
My mistake. Oh, come on, that guy clearly jumped in!
Why didn't we attack this guy with balsa wood? Woody Allen intervenes and rescues Herc, like he needed rescuing.
What's the matter with you? Let go of that!
Fine chariot, but where's the horses?
It's almost like the guy doesn't actually have his foot on the accelerator.
Jewish stereotype and Herc take a taxi. Oh, and the Jewish stereotype is played by Arnold Stang, who is the voice of Top Cat.
What's your name?
Hercules.
Oh, mine is Pretzi.
Pretzi? Really?
He couldn't be more Jewish unless he started waving his circumcised penis around.
Good, huh?
Food for the gods.
Yeah, well, I get them from a bakery in Brooklyn, called Food from the Gods Bakery.
Food of the Gods Bakery. The comedy bar has been set high, Hercules in New York. Herc and Pretzi are dropped in Central Park, but Herc doesn't get the concept of paying the cabbie.
He want to be paid for driving Hercules in the chariot?
Hercules, give me the dough.
Box? Dough? What is this zoological talk about male and female animals?
God, that one was painful. It was positively foul.
Boo, Mathew, don't sink to its level.
I'm sorry. Of course, another fight ensues and Herc flips over the taxi before he and Pretzi cheese it.
So does Hercules just spend the whole movie running around New York doing random stuff?
Pretty much.
This is just like a sitcom. We might as well have a cheesy opening sequence. Herc and Pretzi run to a sports field, and, you guessed it, Herc is an annoying dick. And remember the formula, folks. Have Herc do something amazing and have people react, all set to the same wacky music. Rinse and repeat. We've got 90 minutes to fill somehow.
Their editing is flawless. With all the reaction shots, I can believe that Herc has inhuman jumping skills. Believe me, seeing Pretzi's O-face never gets old.
My name is Professor Camden.
How do you do?
How do you do? And this is my daughter, Helen. I wonder if you'd do me a favor.
Sure, spill it.
Have tea with my daughter and me.
Not so loud. You never know when one of them narcotics cops is around.
Did they really speak that way in the 60s, or is the dialogue just that bad?
Probably a little bit of both.
You mean the drinking stuff?
Of course, what else?
You want to get together just to drink tea?
What? People drinking tea? As a Brit, this shocks and astounds me. They go to the tea party and Pretzi finds a book about Greek gods. You know, maybe the filmmakers should have read this before they made their shitty movie.
I guess you all know each other.
Hi, fellas.
Hello, Mr. Turtleneck!
Hey, what's happening?
Is he your lover?
My what?
You're not going to be hearing it much longer if you don't apologize to Miss Camden right now.
Apologize? For paying her a tribute? You have struck Hercules.
So you're Hercules, I'm Rod Nelson. Now what? Outside?
I can do it just as well in here.
This is your hero, folks. The most annoying, unappealing person in the film, and we're supposed to relate to this douchebag? Oh, occasionally we cut back to Zeus just watching. Careful where you put that camera, guys. You've made him look pregnant.
Amusing situation with that fella Hercules yesterday, wasn't it?
Amusing?
I'd like to get to know him better.
Well, do you know he had the effrontery to ask if I would have dinner with him tonight?
Well, of course you told him.
I would.
Why? He hasn't done anything charming. All he's got is big muscles and... Yeah, I can see the reason.
So as Herc and Helen go on a date in Central Park, a zookeeper discovers that a bear has broke out of his cage. Those pesky bears, always breaking the locks off their cages. Oh my god, that is the worst bear costume I've ever seen!
Why does he move like a gorilla?
All Central Park units, escape from zoo. 1 600-pound grizzly bear.
Yeah, that bear totally looks 600 pounds. Also, that scene took place at night, but the rest of the sequence is clearly set in the daytime. Nice continuity, guys. Of course, if there's one man who can take down a man in a crap bear, it's Arnold. But don't expect Helen to do anything but scream and faint in admiration.
Wow, this bear can really throw down. And really, what better way to preserve wildlife than by giving it a concussion?
Arnold just choked a bear. That just happened. It sounds like a strange euphemism, but it's true.
Pretzi thinks it would be a good idea if Herc wrestled, and really? Does he need his shirt off in this scene? They just wanted to show off Arnold's muscles and wrote a movie about it, didn't they?
Well, he is credited as Mr. Universe, so... Herc is a wrestling success, so some 1930s gangsters strong-arm Pretzi to sign Herc's contract to them. Guys, you do know the prohibition is over, right? Elsewhere, Zeus considers sending Nemesis to deal with Hercules, but Mercury wants to warn Hercules first. Personally, I'm more distracted by the traffic noises you can hear in the background.
Send me down there first to persuade him to come back to us before you give Nemesis her task.
Send Mercury for Hercules before you charge that dread Nemesis with her mission.
When I see 5 weirdos dressed in togas stabbing a guy in the middle of the park in full view of 100 people, I shoot the bastards. That's my policy.
That was a Shakespeare in the Park production of Julius Caesar, you moron. You killed 5 actors. Good ones.
Oh, look, you're famous.
That is not Hercules.
No, this is a motion picture, a play. Really, you mustn't take yourself so seriously.
He doesn't even look like me.
What are you doing? Oh, wow!
It's a good thing he took off that turtleneck. It looked like it was swallowing him.
Does he?
Listen, I really wish you'd put your shirt back on.
Oh, you just licked me out.
Oh, I told you I was sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
But you did.
Well, you got to admit, I mean, when you do that, you look like some big ape or something.
Stop that! Stop this! That's beautiful! That's what the body's supposed to look like! I'm not gonna save it so you can laugh at me.
And so the romance blooms between Helen and Herc. Yes, keep that outtake of him tripping over, it adds to the character. Mercury hitches a ride on a helicopter to New York. What, Zeus ran out of thunderbolts?
Mercury, what brings you down here?
I am here at his command to ask you in Zeus's name to return to Olympus with me. Zeus insists on it.
I like it down here.
Do not defy Zeus. You can only suffer by it.
He's all the time necking me.
What was that, Arnold? He's macking you?
And why is Zeus getting so angry about Hercules being on Earth? He sent him there in the first place!
Tell Zeus I come back when I'm ready.
I wouldn't want to do that. You know how handy he is in throwing those thunderbolts around when he gets angry?
I'm not worried about Zeus's thunderbolts down here.
So Zeus can't use his thunderbolts on Earth? Doesn't he punish mortals? He's Zeus, he can do whatever he wants.
Zeus, as in father of Apollo, Mount Olympus, don't fuck with me or I'll shove a lightning bolt up your ass. Zeus!
Focus, out of focus, focus, out of focus.
Anyway, Hercules still wants to stay, so Mercury flies off. And Pretzi does his own fate again. The other characters are still wondering whether Hercules is the real thing.
Oh, the young man's aberration may be a mild megalomania.
I like him, even if he is a bit crazy.
So do I, even if he did crack 2 of my ribs.
Is that really a laughing moment?
I seen it. Pretzi, how are you?
I seen it.
Well, what did you see, Pretzi?
He called him Mercury. Seems he come over here to get him to come home. But he don't want to come home. So Mercury throws himself out the window and straight up into the sky.
They're really taking this seriously, considering it's a guy named Pretzi. I think the psychotic episode was long overdue.
Zeus's wife, Juno, who has a dislike for Hercules, tells Nemesis to disobey Zeus and instead use a powder in her ring, just go with it, to make Hercules only a mere mortal. If we've learnt anything from this film, it's that Arnie is surprisingly easy to date rape. Nemesis also visits Pluto, who is doing a spot-on impression of Kenneth Williams.
What a triumph, what a coup, what a feather in my cap to snatch the soul of a demigod. How can I expect Hercules?
That's the problem. He refuses to obey Zeus.
Then he won't come, drat.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of your smoke machine.
Look at his sweater. He looks like a little kid who doesn't know how to dress himself.
The guy playing Pluto also seems to think he's in a pantomime since he's as camp as a row of tents. I mean, he seems to be coming on to Herc just a little bit.
Hey, that's terrific. I'm also a god.
I can try.
You can try. Listen to...
That's it, Herc. Come to the dark side. Pluto places a 20 grand bet with Al Capone and his cronies that Hercules will lose in a weightlifting contest. We then have several scenes where people keep saying Hercules will win no problem. We know he's going to lose, your plot is predictable, so get to the bloody point!
Hercules has to compete against Monstro the Magnificent, who must hit the high notes with his speedos that tight. It's also a little difficult to be afraid of a guy with a side-parting afro.
Watching all these men lifting weights is really emasculating.
Oh, don't worry about it, Mathew. I'm sure with all the steroid abuse they have tiny penises.
And, as you expect, Hercules ends up losing to Monstro. I haven't heard straining like that since the last time I had a chicken vindaloo.
Herc and Pretzi run away, as Al Capone is understandably mad. Helen and her father sense something is wrong and rush into their car to divert the gangsters, who give chase. Quick, boys, into the station wagon!
Herc wants to come to her aid. Oh, how convenient, there's a chariot, which he steals.
Now he's done it.
How dare he steal a novelty chariot! He has besmirched my honor!
And so we get a wacky chase scene. I can tell it's wacky because they're playing that irritating bit of music again. I really don't get tired of this music. It has so many uses. Walking scenes, action scenes, wacky comedy scenes.
Even the chase scene is pedestrian despite the speed up footage. Actually, speaking of speeded up footage, Luke, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think I am.
Benny Hill!
Yeah, him whipping the guy while riding in the chariot probably wasn't as cool as they thought it was.
Absolutely nothing to read into there! After a bunch of random shots masquerading as a chase sequence, the chariot breaks, so Helen picks up Hercules while still being pursued by the gangsters.
Elsewhere, Zeus discovers Juno's deception. Ooh, an overexposed shot. That must mean it's a special effect. The gangsters follow Hercules into the building, and Herc pretty much gets his ass handed to him.
Hercules is in great peril.
If Zeus does not relent, there's nothing we can do.
There is.
What?
We may send aid to Hercules. You know where to find them, and they'll listen to you. I know they will.
Who?
Atlas and Samson.
Samson? He's from the Bible, you clods! So Atlas and Samson run in, and the fight continues unconvincingly.
The crash mat is almost impossible to spot. Guys, can you stop cutting awkwardly between Olympus and the climax? It's kinda undercutting any tension there is. After a long talkie scene, Zeus decides to restore Hercules' powers. Really? A stock lightning effect?
With his powers restored, Hercules uses his strength to push over these heavy, huge barrels. Nah, I'm just kidding. They don't look like they weigh anything. I guess that solves the gangsters as we just transition to the Empire State Building.
I've never been up here before, you know. Kinda makes you feel like some sort of god or something. Well, you can still see pretty far. I mean, I can see the whole river.
Yeah, I can see the Pan Am Building, because clearly they paid for the product placement.
Pretzi runs around to find Hercules has disappeared. As he speaks with Zeus about returning to Austria, I mean Mount Olympus, Pretzi is understandably sad about losing his friend and turns on the radio.
Don't grieve, my friend. In the memory of leaflets, separation may have a quiet happiness also.
Herc? That's clearly not Arnold.
That's because this is the dub voice for Arnold, because Arnold didn't get around to recording these lines.
Ah.
Personally, I think it sounds more like he's intercepting messages from Martians.
Don't run. We are your friends.
We then run through all the film's most memorable moments in case you've forgotten them already.
Because clearly the film wasn't complete without seeing the bear scene again. Hercules tells Zeus about what it's like down below, which gives Zeus an idea. Wow, that ending... Yeah. That scream of horror is my thoughts exactly.
We would like to apologize to all Jewish people.
So that was Hercules in New York. It's actually a pretty funny movie, but probably not in the way the filmmakers intended. It's very hokey and campy, particularly in the infamous bear scene. All the actors really aren't trying, and Arnold's accent is hilariously impenetrable. It's so silly, you just gotta love it.
I hate to play bad cop, Looper, but whilst there are bits of it that were hilariously inept, it's a real chore to get through to those scenes. There's no regard for pacing, so scenes just drag on for ages and ages, like the chase scene towards the end. The actual jokes in the movie are terrible. It's incredibly dated, and if I never have to listen to that bit of music again, I will be eternally grateful. Still, thank you for reviewing this with me, Looper. It's been great fun.
Thanks.
Actually, I was thinking...
Hi, Looper.
Ah! Jesus Christ! How long have you been back there?
Since the Sunday school musical review.
Get out of my room, creep!
Fine.
I should probably go.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm coming off like, gee willikers, Bill Bray! Okay.
This is going in the credits, by the way. Hi, viewers. And all sets that song as well.
Yeah. And then the audience will kill us. Fucking song! This is the entire review, like, this is, it just went wrong and just clips of it.
What? People drinking tea as a...
I have to. In the middle of it, like, I was like biting my lip, trying not to laugh, I'm like...
He couldn't be more Jewish unless he started waving his...
I'm glad I have a short life. This and Pretzi's O face. You guys know about Pretzi. Damn it, you guys, stop it!